For all film-related interviews, reviews, and content, please like and subscribe to Puja Talwar. You can also follow me on Twitter and on Instagram.
Hello, my two favorite people who are back.
We're so excited to see you, Puja.
Likewise, I'm excited to see you. काश जैसे हमने कहा हम लंदन में मिल लेते मेरी भी सैर हो जाती. But as Anya has told me, season 3 में मेरा debut पक्का है.
Yes.
On that note, season 2 की बात करते हैं. You know, I was reading some comments and one really moved me. Is a young guy who wrote saying, I watched the season 1 with my girlfriend. I lost her to COVID, but I'm looking forward to season 2. You know what struck me? I'm getting goosebumps is sometimes shows impact you. Your story might be over, but you want to see how those characters panned out. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the impact of the show and maybe your characters. So, I mean, जब आप दोनों season 2 पर आए, was there some anticipation? Because वो कभी-कभी होता है, season 1 is so popular. And now with season 2, somebody has nostalgia attached to it. Somebody wants to know what happens next. It's just amazing, yeah. I mean, I've still got goosebumps reading his comment.
Yeah,
it's the same.
I'm suddenly feeling a lot of responsibility and
I think, isn't it beautiful that what starts out as a professional engagement turns out to be
a personal
connection with so many people who you may not even directly know. And I think that's the joy and beauty of pursuing this medium of art, right? And to be honest, when we started the show first season, Puja, we thought we were making a fun show. Those log dekh lenge, kuch log dekh lenge, acha lagega, theek hai. But it turned out to be like, it's a show which I think gives us compounding interest back, like love back, you know, in financial language. And like for me and Anya, I can definitely say that we were waiting for the pandemic to get over and start this because we'll get to hang at least. ये तो ये दिल्ली में है, मैं बम्बई में, मैं बच्चे कर रहा हूँ, ये इसके कुत्ते के बच्चे हो रहे हैं. मतलब जिंदगियां ब्लॉसम हो रही है, but साथ में भी कुछ वक्त बिताए तो कितना मजा आएगा. And that's exactly what happened.
And I think, I mean, to take this forward, I think we were just very excited that we'll get to work again, we'll get to play these characters again, because we also got very attached to them unknowingly, you know. I think it's instances like these, like what you just read out, or when he met somebody at a restaurant, or I met somebody at a parlor who started talking to me about, I'm so excited that Never Kiss season 2 is coming. And suddenly you're just like, wait.
Really? हमारे अलावा दूसरे लोग भी हैं.
And then it just hits you like it's not just fun any longer. There is a certain amount of responsibility because you've set a benchmark and people have enjoyed it. So now you have to take it up, right? You have to. It is a much larger cast. It's a more complicated world. There are a lot more people involved, but the crux of it is still the same.
Absolutely.
Relations.
Totally. And the show का नाम है Never Kiss Your Best Friend. नकुल ने तो अपने बेस्ट फ्रेंड से शादी कर दी, तो इसके केस में it does not apply. What do you think, Anya? Should one take that risk or not?
Please take it at your own, what do you say, on your own shoulders. No, what is it?
Own expense.
At your own, not expense, I'm forgetting the word.
But listen, you must. Why not? Life is about taking risks.
Of course.
Like if nothing else, the kissing should be enjoyable at least,
I agree. Says the person who has kissed one person, dated one person, then married the same person.
That same person, तो वही best friend से शादी.
Yes.
But we continue to
kiss each other. That's lovely.
And it's a beautiful.
Okay, that's lovely.
Yeah, it's a lot of information.
I just think that the person you're kissing should be your best friend or close to your best friend.
Or should become your best friend.
Or should become your
It
best
doesn't
friend.
necessarily have to be your best friend.
Yeah.
Because it can be nice to just kiss otherwise also. But eventually that becomes the best friend and then a relationship and then a partner that just
nothing
gorgeous.
more beautiful. Yeah.
Totally. That's what Nakul is that example. But Nakul, आपको पता है आपकी जो छवि बनी हुई है is of the perfect boy. My mother is the biggest fan. वो ये कितना अच्छा लड़का. This is the boy we take home. I mean, honestly, आपकी छवि अब real life में भी ऐसे ही हो? क्या आपको जानकी से पूछना पड़ेगा?
नहीं, I'm the bad boy. I want to be the bad boy. ऐसी कोई छवि हुई नहीं है. I think it's also I think the characters I've gotten to play. I think with the last show I did Ishbaz, which was arrogant business, big bad boy who turned, of course, into a family guy, which is television. So usme image alag thi. I mean, I used to get messages when young girls would write, "Our ovaries are bursting."
Whoa.
Like that, I'll read them and my eyes would pop out. And
Whoa.
Ram Kapoor, I think, has changed. It's a very lovable role, and I understand how your mom must be feeling because Yeah, because that's the role. But yeah, I mean, but as actors, you bring a lot of yourselves to these roles. So
Totally.
it's also maybe true because
Look at him.
yeah, I mean,
Some of it
I
is
could be
also
lovable a few days a week at least.
और यहाँ पे छोटे छोटे बच्चों को मैं कहती हूँ यू आर इन लव विद द कैरेक्टर. वो असल जिंदगी में ऐसा इंसान नहीं होगा शायद, but देखो ये
हो सकता
है. प्रॉब्लम यही है that वो एक्चुअली बहुत अच्छे इंसान है और बड़े अच्छे लगते हैं सबको.
बड़े Are you anything like Tani? मेरे को लगा थोड़ा थोड़ा तो हो.
क्या मैं जवाब दे सकता हूँ इस सवाल का?
हाँ, प्लीज बताएं.
I think there isn't any other person I know who can play this role as seamlessly because there's a lot of Tani in Anya. I mean, I think Anya is far more evolved and of course has other facets to her, but a lot of Tani is inherently her. And I think if you cast someone who's inherently that, life becomes just so much easier to watch. So I think she's so fluid on screen also on this outing is because a lot of it is her, which doesn't take away from bringing your acting skills on camera to translate it, right? So don't get, I think you could be that person and doesn't translate, like the emotion may not translate, but she does both of that beautifully, I think.
Wow.
Now you know why बड़े अच्छे लगते हैं.
बड़े अच्छे. Totally good.
छोटे भी अच्छे लगते हैं यार. तो हमारा रिश्ता है. She calls me बड़े, I call it छोटे. That's.
And बड़े छोटे की vibe इतनी अच्छी है कि किसी ने एक comment लिखा था that and even give the counter of the trailer saying 2 मिनट 7 सेकंड में जो नकुल ने कहा है कि लोग आते जाएंगे, we will be soulmates forever. I was going through the fan comments, watching the trailer, enjoying the fan comments.
Yeah, you really
Did you enjoy the trailer?
I did, yeah. I sometimes wish I was young in this generation. कितना मजा आता यार. हमारे टाइम में.
Puja, you are youthful. Never forget that. Youthful is how you feel inside. I'm myself also right now because with me is someone who's really young.
I know she's very young. But बताओ, soulmates. इसने तो अपने soulmate के साथ शादी कर दिया. आपको अपना soulmate की अभी भी तलाश है ऐसे? लंदन आई से देख रहे हैं?
ऐसी तलाश है, ऐसी ही तलाश है.
इनफैक्ट हम गाड़ी में आ रहे थे, हम लोग सिग्नल पे रुके, तो मैंने एक दो लोगों को देखा, ये पूछा, what do you think, soulmate type? Saying नहीं यार. So we've been looking for her soulmate for a while now.
इतना टाइम हो गया था now जो भी रोड पे है मैंने अच्छा ये यार.
कोई हाउसकीपिंग से भी आया soulmate. बस कोई आ जाए लिख के soulmate.
वो ये जैसे इसका डायलॉग है ना, ट्रॉमा ड्रामा सब कुछ है लाइफ में. I resonate with that line. And Nakuul knows मेरे पोस्ट से कि I am drama, I am trauma too. And both of you revisiting your characters after 2 years, was it easy or was it tough?
It was lovely.
I thought it was seamless.
Puja, whenever I talk about this show and whenever I talk about these characters, I genuinely have a lot of love for them. Maybe that props from the fact that we had such a wonderful time shooting putting together season 1. And of course, season 2 was an equal challenge. But they are characters that, Tani is a character that I enjoy playing. I look forward to becoming this girl because I feel like Tani कुछ भी बोल सकती है and it passes. वो कुछ भी कर सकती है and it passes. क्यों? Tani है ना? It's Tani. So it's loud. Whereas his character still has a little more discipline, a little more he's a little more regimented. Whereas Tani is she's just herself. She's just so flawed and she's so accepting of her flaws. And I like that she's flawed. I like it when...
Yeah, what fun playing perfect characters.
Yeah,
right?
There's no fun there, right? Because there's you and me also. We have so many issues, so many problems. We get upset. तो क्यों नहीं दिखा सकते हैं हम ये?
सही में है.
Normal emotion होता है. So I like the normalcy of this character. She's a real normal girl who is going through shit in her life and she's understanding life. That's it.
Wow. I totally get that. I resonated with Tani. But Nakuul, एक बात बताओ, आप लिखते भी इतना अच्छा हो. I know there is an inherent filmmaker in you, so was Sumer easy to resonate with?
Actually, I never approached the role like I'm playing a role of a director, to be honest. Because for me, Sumer and Tani are just these two. For me, it's a relationship story, really. It's a short story about friendship and it's about human relations. तो वो profession क्या है उसका? To be honest, that dictates the outside, right? How you dress up, you'd not think too much about your hair, how you'd look. Otherwise, you're playing a hero, you'd be fully turned out like I am, and बड़े अच्छे लगते हैं. So, the outside is dictated, I feel, by the profession, but the inside is still of that young boy, Sumer, in the first season, who wanted to make stories and tell stories, which is also actually a kind of comes from my life.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to be. And then he grows up and he finds his opportunity, right? So I identify with the underdog ambition of wanting to prove yourself, which has always been mine, right? I started out with a film which didn't do well, and it was a struggle then to find work in the industry, which I thought I would enjoy. That struggle took me to television, and it opened up avenues and doors which I could have never fathomed.
Gee.
So I understand. I sort of really resonate with the underdog vibe, because that's me. I still think that I'm like, I have so much to do. I have so much to like find within myself, that I still don't really think that. मतलब मैं Anya को भी I've told her this a couple of times. Like I'm in a shot, and sometimes I get lost because I'm like, she's hit that. Like sometimes as an actor, you hit a sweet spot, and you as a co-actor, you're not supposed to be in awe of. You're supposed to react. Couple of it happens, I get lost because I am still that underdog who feels that अभी कुछ हुआ नहीं है, अभी बहुत करना है.
Absolutely. आपके लिए एक और कमेंट, फैंस के साथ तो बहुत मजा आया है मुझे वैसे. हाँ, नकुल के लिए लिखा है, whenever he achieves something, he gives all his credit to others, and that makes us feel wanted.
Well, that's really sweet. But I mean, that's true. It's not something I say. It's like I truly believe. And you would resonate, right? We're all the environment and us are the same, right? So if I feel none of my achievements, or if season 1 is work, is because the entire cast and crew, including, of course, mainly this lady here, our director, our writers, our producers, everyone came and did a great job, right? Unfortunately or fortunately, the credit goes to the leading faces. But a lot of times it is the mother at home, who waits the entire day to speak to the son at the end of a shoot, to see how he's doing. It's the wife who's made sacrifices or given up a professional gig of hers so that someone takes care of the child. So I feel we get to enjoy like the benefits of it, but it's truly never ours, really. We're like just I think I'm like the postman who gets the award, but it's not meant for me. It's supposed to be shared with everyone else.
Absolutely.
I'm a postman. I'm a courier guy.
Wow.
Team player.
So sweet. But Anya, even in your case, he's talking about struggles, and it has been a career that spanned a long time. You've also had your fair share. So how has that shaped you? Because, sometimes it's very easy to give up and wallow in pity. I've seen Nakuul strikes harder. I'm just saying my example, I wallow in self-pity. Ye nahi mila, wo usko kaise mil gaya. So how does it work for you? Because there's so much of competition, so much in your generation now than we all faced in ours.
Puja, when I was growing up, I was a very self-conscious individual.
Yes.
And then you come into an industry where everyone gets to have an opinion of not only your work, but you as an individual, what you wear, what you do, etc., etc. Of course, with my first film only, I had to face a lot of slack, not towards my performance, but the film didn't do well at all. And straight after that, I personally went through a lot where I lost my father, my mother was sick, and it was a time where I couldn't understand what was going on. At one point, I was just like, is this a prank God is playing on me? Because there's just too much happening together. And I was very, very young. I was at a very impressionable age. I was at an age where if I had gone the other way, I would have completely lost myself. But I learned, and full credit to my father, to not take myself and life so seriously, which is something that COVID kind of made me think again, because life is so unpredictable. So, I've become someone who finds humor in every situation, whether it's myself. I love self-deprecating humor, because that way I'm very honest with myself.
Absolutely.
Because I'm insulting myself, it's me being honest and saying this is what it is, face it, and then move on and enjoy life, right? Instead of wallowing in it or like getting upset about it, it's fine. So I think humor has been my biggest strength through all my downs and lows.
Quality of that humor is slightly debatable.
Why do you say that?
It is
very dodgy sense of humor, very dodgy. And I think that's connect also. I'm dodgier.
I can relate to her. यार ये कुछ मेरे जैसे लगते हैं यार.
अरे ये बड़ी relatable लड़की है यार.
बहुत relatable and I like her for that. But आप भी बहुत relatable. But Nakuul, has your process changed over these years?
Yes.
Towards approaching your craft, because I heard one actor, Pakistani actor, Sanam Saeed, tell me.
Now, I love Sanam Saeed.
I love her too. And she said, I now do films and shows that I want to do. I do not care of what others want to do.
Absolutely. I actually resonate so much with her. Now it's no more about how can this take me to the next step or how can this get me a Bollywood film.
Bollywood up TV pe aa raha hai yaar.
I mean, I take great pride in holding the flag of television, on my shoulders. But for me, like literally every day, so I started writing a gratitude journal, and I started this just when we started my case. Janki actually pushed me to do it. And my first gratitude is always to I'm so grateful that I have yet another opportunity to be on a set again. And I just feel I am blessed. And I was just trying to think, with the amount of television I've done, I was counting the episodes, I've had over 2,000 days of my life that I've been on a set, which if you asked me as a 20-year-old, I'd be like, ye thodi hoga, So I look at it I'm a huge sports fanatic. So when I look at statistics and sort of aggregates of cricketers, I get very fascinated. So when I was thinking, wow, 2,000 days into 12 hours or 10 hours, sometimes 14 hours, there's a lot of sometimes 16 man hours, sometimes 16 hours at work, So for me now, it's just about finding joy in those hours and enjoying working with the people. So process is now that I'm selfishly sort of self-assured about choosing projects where I want to work with people. It's not about isse ye fayda ho jayega ya career change ho jayega.
Anya, what about you?
Sorry, what about
you? How do you choose? I mean, is it what you want to do, or do you also keep in mind that this is what's working? Maybe.
मिलता है वो कर लेते हैं.
Yes. I want to say yes. And the other thing is, the reason I was telling you that I was a self-conscious individual growing up is because I think I also became so secure with the person I am.
Yeah.
Whether jhalli, whether with a loud laughter, whether it's embarrassing to other people, I don't get embarrassed any longer, So
did you ever get embarrassed? I don't think of that.
No, but I used to when I was younger. I was very like, oh my God, what am I wearing? Now it just does not bother me. So for me, the same thing, Puja, when you don't have work versus when you get to go to work on a daily basis, I just have a lot of gratitude that I get to go to work. And that for me is everything. Because like he said, I think both of us sort of have the same perception when it comes to our profession, to enjoy the process and make memories there versus think of the end result, because you have absolutely no control. The editor, the direct, I mean, there's so many other people who control all of that. We have no role to play there. So what we can do to our best, we do and enjoy it, because hey, that's what we're here to do.
Exactly. अब season 2 में तो हम देख रहे हैं कुछ vibe, अभी ना पूरा episode season देखने बाकी है हम सब कुछ. But can we expect a season 3 क्या होगा? क्या बता सकते हो आप? Season 2 में हम क्या expect कर सकते हैं? सुमेर और तानी के बीच में बहुत तनाव या no तनाव?
देखो season 3 तो होगा. मिलेंगे. पता है season 3 क्यों होना चाहिए? क्योंकि I want Puja to make an appearance on that, and then imagine we are interviewing her. कैसा लगा आपको हमारे साथ काम करके, Puja? Let's manifest this. Manifest this, yeah.
प्लीज बोल दो यार, बहुत बारी मुझे प्रॉमिस होता है फिर कोई लेता नहीं है मुझे.
नहीं 100% we have to do this, and we'll do it in London, which is all like our favorite city. Like जो भी यहाँ बैठे सबको पसंद है लंदन बहुत ज्यादा, तो जरूर होगा यार. And what is season 2?
Season 2 has some very good-looking, beautiful people, men and women. Some great eye candy, some great performances, a lot of confusion, complicate. You've also been there, yeah. I mean, I'm guessing. Have you ever been confused between?
Funnily, I think it has nothing to do with age. Like we will always, I think all of us will find this relatable.
Yeah. Have you ever been in a position where you've been confused about two men?
नहीं यार, ऐसे कभी नौबत आई नहीं यार.
अरे पूजा यार, क्या बोल रही हो?
अब मैं सिर्फ कैरेक्टर्स को स्टॉक करती हूँ और उनके बीच में कंफ्यूज हो जाती हूँ. I stalk fictional characters. I stalk characters.
K-dramas. और
सीखती हूँ यार भाषा को.
Fanatic.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
दिखती भी हूँ, सीखती भी
2
हूँ.
is bigger. Also, just preparing everybody. Season 2, the world is very, very different from season 1.
So it's not just Sumer and Tani. It also has like glimpses of like there are other characters which also have their own story and evolution. But I think that's fun because I think the universe has to be bigger. Coming into season 2, it can't just be about 2 people.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of these 2 people. So yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot, of course, because that is your. I mean, it is Sumer, Tani, more Tani's story.
True.
But like you've seen in the promo, there's Nikki ma'am who I think the audience really enjoyed. Happy Auntie, who I think was fabulous. You have Bittu Mama, who's come again from the lockdowns.
यार मेरे दिल्ली के मोहल्ले के लोग लग रहे हैं यार, हैप्पी
वहीं से हम सब वहीं से हैं, बस लंदन में डाल दिया है. Then you have Sarah, who plays Lavanya, who's a complete boss lady. I loved shooting with her. I didn't have a lot of work with her, but the days that I have had, I really enjoyed. And you have Karan, who is just hilarious and so disciplined at the same time. So it was great fun that this world has become even bigger, and we have a bigger family this time, and a lot more for people to look forward to. Hopefully.
जाते जाते नकुल से एक पूछूंगी, how is my favorite little man doing? How has fatherhood changed you, Nakul?
The little man's doing very well. He's growing up. Today his hair and makeup.
Very fast.
You think he's looking nice today?
No, the little man did this to your hair?
Yeah.
Not the hair. The
makeup.
He used the brush to like play his face in the morning.
So sweet.
But it's amazing. Yeah, fatherhood I think has given me a sense of rootedness. It's made me more secure of myself, and I think it's also made me far more, I think, compassionate towards just humans in general. And it's funny, like every time I'm in the park in the morning and I see a young parent or a mother or a father with a child, I'm just like stupidly smiling at them, and sometimes they think like, what is wrong with this guy? But because now I know what it takes, right? Those nights and like
Exactly.
So I'm just smiling, and some of them might be thinking ki pagal hai ladka. That's the change, but I'm happy with that change.
So sweet. Thank you both. And in these 2 years, this is my just actually now the last question. Seen a change in content and the kind of, but now theaters have opened.
Yeah.
Things are getting back to normal. Do you think this is still going to impact the kind of content we create, or are we going back to the formula? Because today, Mr. Manoj Bajpai said, आजकल हमको सिर्फ picture का number देखना है, हमारा content नहीं देखना कि picture कैसी.
True. I mean, everyone just talks about इतने views आ गए हमारे trailer को, या इतने करोड़ कमा लिए. No one's really speaking about anymore about that I really enjoyed a film without like becoming a critic of it.
कहानी क्या थी? क्या कहानी थी?
आजकल it's all, and it's with actors also. मेरे इतने followers है, मेरी इतनी reach है, मैं इतने पैसे कमाता हूँ.
मैं तो ये कभी नहीं बोल सकती. I don't approach this topic only.
अरे मैं भी नहीं. 26 years in journalism, I'm told experience नहीं. Followers कितने हैं? I'm like,
are you serious? How sad is this? How sad is this? But I
गया तेल लेने.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, everyone's now it's come down to your Instagram, right? But I
remember even during Never Kiss, when they were casting, when they started at that point, they were looking more at people. That time TikTok was also there, and for them it was acha TikTok pe kaun
famous
hai,
kaun hai,
Instagram pe kaun hai. And it really not hurt, but I was very taken aback to be like, but what about talent? What about the people who come here to do this and not push Instagram, because that's not what they came for, So there's this added pressure I feel onto artists of any kind.
All of us, like
all of us influencers are doing my job, but they don't even know what they're talking about. While I'm told, भैया number नहीं है ना, number है. Algorithm और data बन गए हम.
उनको बोलो चश्मे का number है और क्या?
Nakul doesn't feel us, I feel you.
I know. तो इनके पास जाना चाहिए, हमारे पास हमको क्लास के लिए. बट नकुल हमारा I'm calling you Tani. देखो so much आपका कैरेक्टर है मेरा.
I love it.
केस तरह थोड़ा फाइट करो. Number. You were so nice talking to the two of you. You in person. All the very best. Looking forward to season 3 and my debut.
Yes. Thank you so
Puja.
much. Yeah, thank you.
Bye. Take care, both of you. All the best.
Bye. See you soon.
If you've liked this interview, please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram.